ご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hey everyone, Kakarot197 again. This time with the third and final part of mass production units that became better known as Ace units, Commander units, or however you want to label them. And in this final part, we'll be having a look at 5 machines from alternate universes. First up, we have the Cgue from Gundam Seed. Usually seen leading a squadron of Djinns, the Cgue was originally meant to replace the same machine that it ended up leading. The Cgue was an excellent machine that was an overall improvement over the Djinn. Its introduction would be rather slow, and production slowed down even further after Zaft's true next-gen mobile suit, the Cgue, was greenlit. However, with the capture of the Alliance's G weapons, the introduction of the Cgue was postponed in order to make sure that they could incorporate all of the new technology that they could extract from the G weapons. All of this resulted in the Cgue only seeing limited production and only making it into the hands of ace pilots and commanders, while Zaft was trying its hardest to push the Cgue out. A handful of custom units, the Cgue Deep Arms, would also be produced in order to test out the beam technology that Zaft had acquired. While they suffered from some heating problems, their overall performance was deemed satisfactory by Zaft. One of these was piloted to great effect by ace pilot Shio Hanenfuss. Next up, we have Dom Trooper from Gundam Seed Destiny. Completed after the first Bloody Valentine War, the Dom Trooper original spec version entered the competition to become Zaft's next generation mobile suit alongside the Zaku Warrior. Despite its high performance, the Dom had one problem: the screaming Nimbus mounted on its abdomen. The system engulfed the Dom in a red haze of particles that blocked enemy fire and damaged anything that came into contact with it. So far, so good. But the system required Mirage Colloid in order to function, a feature that was banned under the Junius Treaty. This made it that one of the Dom's weapons would be essentially dead on arrival and officially caused Zaft to go with the Zaku Warrior instead. However, logically speaking, there would be nothing to prevent the developers of the Dom to create a different version that did not use this now illegal system and again put up a fight against the Zaku. In fact, it seems rather odd that this wasn't done. Enter Terminal, the paramilitary organization under the leadership of Lacus Clyne. It is suspected that Terminal agents infiltrated Zaft and gave the Dom a negative appraisal so that they would have an easier time stealing the plans for themselves, and so that Zaft would not mass produce this extremely powerful machine. After this plan worked like a charm, they also wiped all of the Dom's data from Zaft's database. Having already decided on the Zaku Warrior as their next generation mobile suit, Zaft made no further attempts to retrieve the information, such as by reverse engineering the 2 existing Doms. Terminal, on the other hand, slightly tweaked the design by giving the Dom a new wizard pack in combination with the new bazooka and also a beam shield instead of a physical shield, resulting in the Dom Trooper, a very, very fearsome machine. While the total number of Dom Troopers is unknown, the 3 units shown on screen hint that the total production number could have been 9 or higher. These same 3 units, piloted by ace pilots Hilda, Mars, and Herbert, quickly proved the combat effectiveness of the Dom Trooper. The second Bloody Valentine War could have gone very differently had Zaft decided to mass produce the Dom Trooper original spec version, sans Screaming Nimbus. We leave Gundam Seed behind and we now go to Iron-Blooded Orphans with the Schwalbe Greys. While this machine looks like an upgraded Greys that was made afterwards, it was actually the Greys' sister machine developed from the same prototype. The big initial problems that caused it to lose out to the Greys were its high production and maintenance costs. An additional hurdle would be its handling. Because the Schwalbe Greys was designed with high performance in mind, it was much harder to control than the regular Greys at lower speeds. All of this meant that the Schwalbe Greys was much more suited as an ace machine, which it became. Staying in the Iron-Blooded Orphans universe, the Regen Lace. Designed as Gjallarhorn's next-generation mobile suit, the Regen Lace's focus was anti-mobile suit combat and was a complete departure from the Greys' design philosophy. The machine featured heavier firepower, much better performance, and was also much easier to customize by its pilots. The only element that it retained from the Greys was its ease of maintenance. Despite all of these advantages, only 18 units were constructed and handed out to ace pilots who all tweaked their machines to their personal likings. And finally, we move over to Gundam 00 with the Tieren All-Region type. While it looks similar to the Tieren Tauzi and was sometimes even mistaken for it, the All-Region type was actually developed from the Tauzi. The big difference between the two was that the Tauzi was meant to bring out the maximum capabilities of the Humanoid Form League super soldiers, whereas the All-Region type was meant for regular soldiers, with various technological advances helping them with the piloting of this superb machine. Spec and versatility-wise, both machines were virtually identical. They were designed to be much more maneuverable in space than the Tieren Space type, and on the ground they could hover just like the Tieren High Mobility Type B. Simply put, it was the most advanced and high-performing Tieren of its time, and just as its name indicated, it was designed so that it could perform in any region without any compromises. One thing kept it from being mass-produced, however: the introduction of mass-produced GN-powered mobile suits. Just like the All-Region type, these units were high-powered and highly versatile machines, but to an even bigger extent.
What is with their mobility?
What superb performance! This machine is amazing!
This made the Tieren All-Region type and all of its technological advances obsolete overnight. So far, only one unit is known to exist and was piloted by Humanoid Form League ace pilot Sergei Smirnov. Its legacy would continue, with the Ahead incorporating various design philosophies of the All-Region type. So, which one of these now ace mobile suits is your favorite? And if you think I forgot about an important one, leave that one down in the comments as well. If you enjoy my content, leave a like, subscribe, or consider supporting the channel through either Patreon Blades if you want some high quality Razor Blades, or Patreon. And that's all for this video, and I'll see you all next time, when I give my 4 reasons as to why the Titans lost the Grips War.